Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Avernum 5. So last time we entered the new domain of the Dark River, and we reached Melanchion's keep without really looking around the place. So that's what's on the menu for today. However, I also decided to return and confront the traitor Cienna, who obviously we've been suspecting, or well, we basically knew what was going on for a while now. And this whole encounter was very short and unproductive and somewhat disappointing. And I ended up going with my head canon, basically, of her, of handing her over to whatever kind of, legal system there might be. When unfortunately the game itself doesn't offer such an option. However, I just want to see if there really is a different outcome, if we can, in fact, just decide to be her executioner right here on the spot. So let's see. You're a traitor, but why? What did he say? Doesn't matter. You're a liar and a traitor, and you helped Newsom murder all of those people. I mean, in a way. Cienna shakes her head. She's getting a wild look in her eyes. No! How can I know? And once Dorikas paid me, it was too late. If I tried to warn them, if I tried to do anything, I would be murdered too. She shrieks, "You would have done the same thing!" I don't know if I would have. I mean, it's always tough to say, but that's neither here nor there. Then she struggles to calm down. But it's too late now. I did what I did, and now I must submit to my fate. Again, I mean, we only have the option to just let her run away without any consequences, or to completely swing around and decide to join Dorikas after all. I mean, I don't know if that's actually going to happen, but, it's at least what the game, I suppose, honestly, means by this. Or we can just decide to kill her. That she needs to die and that we are the ones who need to kill her personally. Because who else would? At first you think that Cienna is broken. You hope that she will submit to justice peacefully. Then you see the look in her eyes. She has no intention of dying, after all. Her words of remorse notwithstanding, she is a traitor. She pulls her hand out of her pocket. She holds 2 glass globes. Yeah, see, exactly. I had something like that in the back of my mind. And I think one of these little scenes that we had with her, one of the encounters at some point along the road, we saw her, like, playing around with those, or, just holding those, and then quickly hiding them, or something like that. Something along those lines. Which obviously was extremely suspicious. 1 red and 1 blue. Dorikas knows that I still have value. I know much. If my only choice with you is death, I will go to him. I have suffered enough for the Empire. Then she smashes the globes against the floor. The gas rising from them immediately coalesces into 2 defenders, and then Cienna draws her blade. Okay, I was gonna say, is she actually just, like, gonna run for the teleporter, or just teleport away and leave us to fight these things? No. We are actually facing her. Alright. Fiery defender, icy defender. I mean, at this point, though, these defenders here, they're not particularly beefy, are they? They should at least be on our side and join this fight, but, well, we'll see about that. Right. Since I knew combat was inevitable, I also should, as always, have applied all those short-term buffs in advance instead of just the long-term buffs. Which I have decided from now on will include the, whatever it's called, the actual resistance increase buff for Swapnir, because he just keeps getting, just keeps getting attacked, probably more than everyone else in the party. Well, that's not true, but yeah, that just makes sense. Anyway, I guess we're going to, well, you have that weapon equipped already, which is perfect, so you can go ahead and weaken Cienna for what it's worth. Alright. I'm not going to have you shoot any of the demons yet. Oh, okay. That guy decided not to do anything. Well, that's not true. Okay. Right, so they do consider these soldiers their enemies. Poor guys. Oh god. Wait, did they take damage? Like, is that reflected damage, or did he actually do some sort of... I guess that first thing he did was actually some sort of Nova attack. It just missed all of us. But damage these guys here? I don't know. I'm gonna try my best to keep them alive, although I'm really not sure if I can. I will have you move here And I guess buff defense. Likewise, I will have you step here, and since I would normally continue hasting, obviously, but I am gonna cast Prismatic Shield. And with any luck, most of these guys might survive this fight. I mean, obviously it doesn't matter at all, especially since I'm not planning to keep playing after that. I'm actually gonna roll with my initial decision and just pretend that she's now sitting in jail somewhere, you know, awaiting a trial. And who knows, maybe we will actually run into her again. I doubt it. I think she's actually just gone after this point, one way or the other. Either way, yeah, I'm gonna reload and continue with my original timeline. I just wanted to see what happens, and you know, at least we see this encounter this way, which is somewhat unique with these two demons here. But yeah, anyway, I don't know. I guess I'm gonna switch to the fire blade and see how that does. Okay, damage is good, but I wasn't really paying attention to the physical damage we dealt before. But you know, she's an armored soldier type, so it stands to reason that she's better protected against physical attacks than magical attacks. But who knows? You know what? I'm actually gonna have you shoot one of those guys. Okay, he decided to punch twice. Okay, same. I guess they probably have a cooldown on their magic, and they each used their some sort of area spell perhaps, and then a targeted spell in the first round. You can stand there. Obviously, again, normally I would just go ahead and cast War Blessing now, but I'm gonna go with Divine Restoration. That did not reach this guy. Unfortunate. Yeah, he's dead. He's most likely dead. I could try really hard to save him, but again, it doesn't matter in the slightest, except for role-playing purposes, perhaps. So, whatever. Gonna reposition yourself a little bit more centrally. I don't know if that really matters at all. Okay, she can do that. This guy's running. I mean, yeah, he's not gonna get his turn before the demon does, though, so rip, most likely. You can weaken this guy. Yeah, okay, he decided to attack and punch this guy again. Sorry, man. I tried. Okay, now we can do this. And, I mean, they're also regenerating now, so, you know, I feel like I've done a lot for them. But now it's time for Xaz to actually deal some damage. You know, I mean, this demon is already damaged quite a bit, and demons continue to be susceptible in theory, but take very little actual disruption damage, and I should just learn that. But it's fine. Okay, final haste. And finally, we can actually start having you deal some damage. I don't know, should I focus on these demons? They obviously have a lot of health. Not as much as Cienna, but, well, I think we focus on her. Nonetheless. It just makes more sense. Yeah. You just keep attacking. And same for you, actually. Yeah. Okay, see, these guys are still fine. Maybe I'll throw a heal this guy's way next turn. Just, you know, why not? Why the heck not? Smite? Okay. Decent. Lightning Spray should be just fine. Can do a Mighty Blow. Very good. Very nice damage. Come on. Yeah, okay. She should be going down right about now. The traitor Cienna falls to the ground, mortally wounded. The two defenders she summoned fade away. Oh, really? Not leaving a single trace that they were there. Cienna gasps and spits blood. She looks up at you. Thank you. I'm better dead than what I... forgive me? Will you forgive me? No, you're a traitor to the Empire. Just die. Wow. I mean, I guess, assuming she did tell the truth, I understand why she did it. I mean, it was for kind of selfish reasons, but she also most likely did not actually understand what she was getting herself into, really. And, you know, she just didn't think think through all of her actions, and I suppose she probably didn't have the time to really give it much thought as well. So, you know, yeah, I forgive her. And obviously, there's no point in just I don't know, being mean to her now that she's already dead. She smiles weakly. I'm glad. And can you, maybe if you heal, not too late, maybe... She doesn't have the strength to continue. Her head drops to her chest. Her eyes glaze over. If only we had a resurrection spell, but we don't. That's unfortunate. She is gone. Okay, and the demons are indeed gone. Sorry about this one soldier, but, you know. Oops. And again, none of this matters at all. In fact, I don't think I even quick-saved, so... Oh god. Let's see. Yes, okay, perfect. So, this is the original timeline. Now we've seen how Cienna's story, I guess, could have ended, but it didn't. In this timeline, she's, again, sitting in a cell somewhere. We just pretend. Maybe, you know, maybe she has been returned to the surface, finally, and found at least some solace in that. But we're here now. Beastmaster's Hall is over there. Apparently this is the portal. Okay, the pylon. Well, let's start with this room here. I'm assuming, well, apparently Melanchion himself is not in the exact center, although there are two entrances, so maybe he's sitting there. There's also apparently a staircase here that we can currently see. What was this again? Minor reward chambers. Ooh, that sounds good, although we probably don't qualify for any rewards yet. Well, we can't take these. Oh yeah, and as you can see, I have gone ahead and sold stuff. We are back up to 14,000 gold again. So yeah, made quite a bit of money there. We have this knowledge elixir. Someone needed 4 action points for something, right? I believe that might have been him for... Yeah, sharpshooter would take him exactly 4 more than he has. For you... Depending on what I want to train. I suppose last time I basically came to the conclusion that investing in defensive stats, defensive skills, doesn't really seem particularly necessary. So maybe maxing out her damage is also the way to go. But that of course means, well, I suppose I could give her the knowledge elixir and that wisdom crystal we have lying around. I did not go ahead and craft more of those. But I could, and I will eventually. He also has recently gained this extremely nice boost in sharpshooter, which is now up to 18? Wait, that is reflected here, isn't it? It must be. Let's see. Yeah, it is. Okay, totally. Huh. Right. I thought sharpshooter and bows were already kind of on the same level, but no, they're only around the same cost. Okay, that's what had me confused. Fair enough. Yeah, either way, I could increase that even more. And, you know, why the heck not, actually? Why the heck not? There you go. Just drink that. And sharpshooter 19 now, with equipment bonuses. She also leveled up recently, and I haven't even thought about what to increase, I think. Well, we could boost magery some more. Since mage spell is where it needs to be, it's also very expensive, of course. I think her mana is also in a very solid spot. No real need to... Well, I mean, there's also not really a reason not to keep increasing it. I suppose that's been my reasoning, right? One level of intelligence costs as much as 2 levels of magery. I mean... Have I been arguing that intelligence increases spell power as well? Which apparently it does not. Only energy. Yeah, you know what? Screw it, I'm just going to go with magery, which is of course now up to costing 6, so next level up she's not going to be able to do that without any extra help, but that's fine. You have no points, no extra points. You can also increase magery. Yeah, and he has less mana, of course, because he's also 3 levels behind. Holy crap, that's a big difference at this point. Yeah, maybe he could use a little boost. Maybe an extra level of intelligence. Just to help him be on a similar level as her, mana-wise. Anyway, that's obviously not super important right now. Let's take a look around here. Minor rewards chambers, northern rooms 1, southern rooms fluids. Fluids, huh? Yeah, okay, difficulty 90, difficulty 90. Obviously these will have to be unlocked for us for helping the dragon, presumably. Or You know, either the dragon personally or his some of his underlings, whatever. Stone servant. Not expecting any meaningful dialogue about out of these various guardian creatures here. The stone servant is currently keeping the fires in the garden lit. The glow from the fungus on the ceiling in this region is not so bright. The bonfires do a lot to keep everything bright. Right, okay, makes sense. You inspect the carnivorous fungus. It seems like the sentinels keep it well fed with chunks of meat. However, if you angered Melanchion, the plants might not remain dormant. Yes, that seems reasonable. Some large fat lizards walk around the keep. Others lie on their sides and rest. The lazy creatures are blissfully unaware of the culinary fate that awaits them. Big monsters have big appetites. Oh, so these are not kept as guardians, but as food? Okay. Fair enough, I suppose. I guess they will serve as guardians until they meet their own fate. What is this? Snaky little corridor. Hello. Bringer of wisdom. Sounds good. Bring on the wisdom. This room is small and disused. Yeah, it's also kind of remote and awkward to reach through this completely unnecessary little detour. Nobody comes back here. The corridor here is narrow and winding. A large creature could make it back here, but only with difficulty. Nobody bothers. There is a shade floating in the middle of the room. It is dormant. It hovers silently and gives no sign of recognizing your presence. Then, slowly, it comes to life. Or, you know, something like life. It rotates to face you. Then a voice emerges. It is slow, confident, and carries an air of great age. It says, "You have come to speak with me at last. You have waited too long. You need wisdom." I mean, I'm not saying that I don't, but how do you know? What are you? The shade is silent. Then it says, "You are not Melanchion. You are a little mortal. He still hopes to deal with your kind, and he ignores me. What foolishness. I am the one who advises Melanchion, when he would listen." Right. So, you're the one who technically would advise Melanchion, but practically you don't. You're speaking through this shade. Where are you? Oh. I don't know where we're taking that from, but sure. "I am hidden with most of my brood." Oh, another dragon then. Okay, not what I expected. "I give wisdom from far away. My other children listen to me. Foolish Melanchion does not." Okay, any more info? Do we know you? Is this one of the major dragons from the past of the series? I mean, maybe. Doesn't look like anyone has been in this room for a while. "Melanchion has not spoken with me for too long. He ignores me. He thinks that it is wise. He will learn a hard message. It tears at my heart." What sort of wisdom do you give? "Melanchion thinks he is wise and strong, and yet he lets little pests like you stalk freely through his lair." Well, I mean, I shouldn't be offended, but he thinks he has a city. He does not. He has a target for grubby little mercenaries like you. Wow, could you stop it? "I ask you, tell Melanchion to see me. Perhaps he can be given wisdom at last. Perhaps there will be a reward for you." I don't know if I want to help you, to be honest. But then you did mention a reward, so I want to know something else. Okay. Tell me more about who you are? "I have never been commanded by your kind. I never will. I have my goals, and I will give all to bring them about. But since you listen and foolish Melanchion does not, I have no choice but to act through you." Huh. It doesn't look like anyone has been... right, okay. So that's exactly the same as before. Fair enough. Okay, well, it's not a quest apparently, but I'm assuming that we can actually mention the shade to Melanchion, and we'll see what comes from that. Ah, there he is. I mean, yeah, unfortunately this engine doesn't really support sprites that are bigger than one tile, so this dragon does not quite look as imposing as it probably should, but we have our imagination for that, I suppose. You enter the largest dome in this fortress. At the top of a stone platform you see Melanchion. He looks down at you, smiling. When he breathes, wisps of flame and sulphurous smoke come out of his nose. Melanchion is a dragon. What? Gasp. Once the Empire thought that they had eliminated these awesome, arrogant creatures from the world. Some of them had escaped to Avernum, however, and it appears that they reproduced. Melanchion is young. Okay, maybe he's supposed to be kind of small. Fortunately, he's not immediately hostile. He says, "I am Melanchion. Do not fear, little one. I am not like dragons of old. I can deal with your kind, if I am treated with respect. Beware, though, I promise you. Insult and thievery will be met with destruction. The Darkside loyalists learned this. You will learn it too. If need be. Melanchion's peaceful words are slightly reassuring. Of course, they would be more so if it weren't for the fact that dragons are accomplished liars when speaking to inferior creatures, and they see all others as inferior. Well, I mean, they also tend to actually reward those who serve them. So, you know, I'm kind of okay with that. They are what they are. Hello there. I was looking for buttons, but I didn't see any buttons out here. I'm assuming there has to be one that opens up, you know, one of these walls. Either this one or this one specifically. Is there something hiding around here, perhaps? Hold on, I'm gonna be with you in a second. Ah, there's one. And that did indeed open that. Okay. Hold on just another second. We get an armor elixir out of this. Yay. Okay, cool. Free stuff is free, so I'm not complaining. Hello, Melanchion. Hello. Oh, right, we did have this message. You know, I wanted to... It's fine. The Dragon Melanchion listens to the message. Hold on. Hold on, I just saved. I wanted to double check something, actually. It's not very important, but message Melanchion. Diplomacy is needed to Dragon Melanchion. Okay, so we did know that. I just forgot. I did remember the name, of course, but not that we knew that he was a dragon. The fortress in Blackwaters. Good wishes and desire for meeting to be told to Melanchion. In case he's eating, it's better for outsider to go than Vanatai. Yes. In case of not killing, reward of Melanchion is keepable by Traveler. Thank you. Okay, anyway. Now we do that. Exiles levels up, and we get 500 coins, which is honestly pretty generous for just, you know, for something that just happened automatically. The Dragon Melanchion listens to the message from the Vanatai. I have respect for the Vanatai. They have done much harm to your kind. Oh. I will meet them. Although he doesn't want to, he is polite enough to tip you a tiny portion of his hoard. Yeah, you know. Fine by me. When you get close to the dragon, you size each other up. Melanchion is a young dragon. His skin is smooth and bright green. Sure. The sprite is actually red. The picture is black, but you know, he's green. Sure. He's only very large as opposed to completely huge. Though he is small for his kind, he is not weak. The heat radiates off of him in waves. Being near him is filling your armor with sweat. He, in turn, tries to determine your loyalties. You have the symbol and skin tone of the Empire, old enemy of my kind. But the minions of Dorikas often wear the same symbol. Your human politics tire me. Yeah, same. I shall follow the advice of my mother and remain above them. I am the Dragon Melanchion, and these are my lands. Surely you wish to hear the tale of how I came here. Sure. I've brought transit papers. Why would he care? But sure, you know. Melanchion waves him away. You are not in Avernum now. These isles are claimed by me. You pass through with my permission, and you can only stay if you offer tribute. Tribute? I mean, I expect to earn some wealth here, but I'm willing to offer my services as tribute. I'm hoping that's enough. Anyway, I do not want to hear a story. Wow, rude. Let's be friendly with this guy. That seems like a much wiser choice. Tell me how you came to be here. I'm very interested in your story. Melanchion says, we dragons have always been a rare and nearly immortal race. However, the Empire decided that we were too powerful and unpredictable to be tolerated. They hunted us. Only a few survived the onslaught. They hid, like so many others did, in Avernum. 5 came to Avernum. Only 3 survived the wars to come. One of them, then, began the revival of our race. Who was that? That was my mother, Aethron, progenitor of the new race of dragonkind. Her first clutch of eggs has hatched, grown, and spread to the world. I am one of her sons. She cautioned us all to hide. She has a low opinion of the small races. Each of us has taken her advice to varying extents. Has Aethron produced more eggs? Melanchion tilts his head to the side. He suddenly looks nervous. Whether my mother still produces eggs and how she hides them is a private dragon affair. Yeah, fair enough. Aethron gives you advice. Oh yes, she does. Enough advice for 1,000 years. Melanchion makes a surprisingly adolescent eye-rolling motion. Of course. Dragon teenagers. So you came here? Yes, this is my lair. You note that Melanchion's human speech is surprisingly precise. He doesn't lisp. Well, I'm trying to do that justice. I will not hide. I will not be a coward. I will claim land and deal with humans as a dragon, one of the great powers. These isles are deep and useless to humans. The Empire's lust for blood of my kind has passed. I will deal with the little creatures calmly and fairly. I do not expect that anything will go wrong. I'm sure you're right. Yeah, I mean, he kind of is right. This is really, really remote, and I doubt any humans are gonna come here in any kind of numbers anytime soon. So, yeah. And even when they do, if he's willing to deal with them fairly, calmly and fairly, then they might, do the same. Anyway, if you believe that, I don't think you understand humans very well. Yeah, no, I mean, optimism is never a bad thing. Well, I hope that works out for you. On to business? Yeah. Yes, of course. I forgot how hurried the short-lived creatures are. I'm happy to deal fairly with those who would travel through my lands. Right, good. Well, tell me about these islands. Let's just go through in order. They are mine. None were here, so I claimed them. These are my lands, and I do not expect that the Avernites will try to take them from me. No, again, not anytime soon. My law is simple. Other creatures who are hunted by the humans may live here. First, they must respect dragonkind and not try to touch my horde. Second, they must pay me tribute. I have attracted powerful, arrogant creatures to this land. Yeah, we've kind of met one of them and had to kill them. Sorry about that, not really sorry. But it has been hard to convince them to obey my just rule. Why don't you think that the Avernites will come here? There is little land for the raising of crops. There is nothing to mine. It is dark, cold, and remote. What human would risk so much for so little to get a miserable little lump of stone? You don't answer the question. He'll find out soon enough on his own. Yeah? Seriously, though? I mean, he has a very good point. I mean, even the Azure Gallery is not exactly hospitable, and people are, just struggling to eke out a miserable existence there. So, and this place is even less hospitable, and much more remote, and past the Vanity lands. So yeah, I really don't see settlement happening here anytime soon. Again, it's obviously also not important, because that would be happening maybe in Avernum 8. Anyway, what sort of creatures come here? The powerful, magical, and strange, the undead, the fae, creatures from the infernal regions. I get along well with immortals. Is that so? But I hope you don't mind too much if I end up killing a bunch of them. Only if they are, if they make me kill them, of course. Do you need help extracting tribute from the invaders? I do not need help, but I do not need help, but I would accept it, and I would pay fairly for it. While I could deal with the invaders, I am too large to enter some of their tunnels. If you would be a mercenary on my behalf, I have created a human-style job board outside. Oh, I haven't seen that, but that's not too surprising. Rest assured that it would only help the Empire to increase my power in Avernite lands. Right. What creatures have decided to obey you? There is a swarm of loud, irritating spiders. They are not valuable. I told them to go away. As long as I never hear their voices, that is enough tribute for me. There is also a small band of humans who for some reason worship strange creatures. Worshipping a dragon I can understand, but the things they... He shakes his head. To live here, I let them bring me food and wood and catch a glimpse of me sometimes. Okay, that's generous. Looking forward to meeting those. Are there other humans in this region? Ah, I know who you refer to. You look for information on the dark side loyalists. That is what they are called, yes? They have an outpost down here. It's to the east, beyond the border of the lands I claim. Okay, that makes sense, the final area, basically. They have treated me with great respect. This has calmed me and helped me to believe that my mother's advice was wrong. Yeah, well, I wouldn't necessarily judge all humans by those people, necessarily. But, I'm also not troubled by the Vanity. Do you ever deal with the Vanatai? We have exchanged a few messages. I think there will be peace. I do not want their lands. They do not wish to expand into mine. Where do the Vanatai want to expand? As I understand it, they traditionally live in the lands currently occupied by humans. I shall watch the upcoming war with great interest. I'm sure you will. You mentioned that you want to do business with me. I do. I'm still young. There is much knowledge I could use. Things that could help me become as strong as Sulphurus, as wise as Koth. You have traveled through these caves. You have had the chance to find many unusual treasures. If you have any artifacts of great interest, offer them to me. I will reward you for them. Really? A perfect crystal spiral from the Azure Gallery. Oh, I do have that. Stolen the private magical notes of the wizard Solberg. Huh. I did do that as well. Interesting. I wonder if there are any other artifacts. I wouldn't consider the magical notes artifacts in the traditional sense, although I suppose they are. You know, artificially created things of some magical power as well. I wonder if there are any other similar items that I turned into other quest givers, because obviously at least these magical notes I could have given to someone, I think. Was it Dionisio, or was that something else entirely? I'm not sure now, but I'm pretty sure that there was a quest for these that I declined, and then I broke into Solberg's tower and stole them anyway. Just because I could, I guess? I don't know. It's been a while. The crystal spiral, of course. That hasn't been that long ago, but I already forget where exactly I got that. Anyway, yeah, that's interesting. I mean, since I have no reason to hold on to these things, or to give them to any other quest givers that I'm aware of, I might as well give these to him for some kind of reward. I made it. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, one thing after the other. I met a shade in a chamber to the southwest. It says that you need to visit it more. So that would be Aethron then, his mother. Well, or her communication channel. Melanchion snorts a cloud of fire and sulfur. My mother and her advice. All those words, all that fear. Our kind are the oldest and mightiest of creatures, and she would have us hide forever. I would hear no more of her. I owe her a child's debt, but her time of timidity must end. Right. Well, I'm gonna return to her and let her know. I have a perfect crystal spire from the Azure Gallery. Sure. Melanchion takes the spiral and inspects it. He's excited. A trace of lisp re-enters his voice. Yes, this is useful. It will help me in my perfection of the magical arts. I have dabbled in alchemy. I have filled a basin with a powerful potion. He points to the southeast. In the upper chamber. You may partake of it. I will have the gate open for you. Okay, thanks. I hope that means it's some kind of permanent stat increase or something. We'll see. I have stolen the private magical notes of the wizard Solberg. Just please don't tell him. Melanchion takes the scrolls and inspects them. He is excited. A trace of lisp re-enters again. Okay. This is useful. I would make golems of my own. Yeah, but please learn from Solberg's mistakes. This will help me make an army of servants. I have dabbled in alchemy. I have filled a basin with a powerful potion. It's in the upper chamber. You may partake of it. Okay. So both of the... He said upper chamber. I mean, I don't know what upper means in this context necessarily. I thought it said the southern ones were the ones with potions. But, you know, whatever. We'll see soon enough. I found a stone pylon outside the west gate. Who built it? A group of Avernite explorers visited me. They asked permission to build the pylon so that Avernum could send traders and diplomats. I let them build it, and they left to the east. Oh, really? Oh, so we might still run into them. Although I don't really understand what they would be doing, you know, in the region even further from the barrier from where they came from. I suppose they just decided to keep exploring if they couldn't return home, because they were explorers after all. So I suppose that does make sense. Anyway, left to the east. It does not worry me. If it causes problems, I will smash it. Yeah, fair enough. Well then, good day to you. You politely excuse yourself. Melanchion waves you away. Oh, well that was pretty productive. Quest received Melanchion's desire. Oh, is that so? Radiant Prism and Solberg's papers have been handed over. Right, and we have unlocked rewards for them. Melanchion's desire. For any unique and powerful artifacts you can find in the Northern Frontier. Interesting. I wonder... I mean, obviously both of the items I turned in were from... Well, one each from the two of the previous areas. We could, of course, we might find one here. I have reason to assume, of course, that there's a total of 4 because there are 4 locked doors here in the reward chamber. There might also be more than 4, perhaps. Maybe there's a 5th one that would give us some kind of special reward, some actual treasure from Melanchion himself or whatever. I wonder, could there be one artifact per land? Like from the Vonatile lands, for example? There is a small part of Thailand that we haven't entered, but that's only the soldiers' barracks, so that wouldn't make any sense. Is there anything underneath the town that I couldn't access? I don't think so. New Harston? No. I mean, in the very first area, that wouldn't make any sense. What kind of magical artifact would there be? And where would that be? Shanker's Tower? I mean, we have dealt with whatever this guy was called here. And apparently didn't get a magical artifact from him. Could there be one in Shanker's Tower? I don't remember if there's an area that's off limits that we could decide to break into. Break pillars. So we have one from the Azure Gallery and one from Tranquility. That definitely could be some kind of holy book or whatever in the temple of the Anama. That is true. There definitely is a large part there that we did not explore. There's the main altar that you can see from this little cave here up on some cliffside. There's definitely something there, and if I had decided to do so, I could have attacked them, and there definitely could be something there. The Drake Pillars, I'm not sure. We have Angered Harkin's Landing. I seem to vaguely remember there being some sort of... Was that on high ground? No. Somewhere. I seem to vaguely remember some sort of vault in one of the cities or so that I could have decided to raid. Or is that what I did after all? Harkin's Landing is mad at me because I freed the Drake. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, either way, I don't think I'm gonna go back and break into any places that I decided not to break into just because now I know that there's a reward for those artifacts. If I don't unlock all of the rewards here, it's fine. It's not gonna kill me. But of course, I do hope that I will find at least one of the remaining artifacts in this area here. That would be nice. But yeah, anyway. That was... Let's see if there's anything new now. Business with me. Right. No treasures. Right. Okay, job board, though, is supposed to be somewhere. So we will be on the lookout for that, and it's right here. Tribute Lich. Right. Okay. That makes sense. 4 different tributes to collect. The Dragon Melanchion demands that all who settle on one of his islands must pay tribute or die. The Lich Vesna, who hides in a spire to the southeast, has rejected Melanchion's demands. This creature must be dealt with. Melanchion would prefer that this creature lives and gives tribute. If necessary, destroy it. Yeah, I don't know if I can really, bargain with a Lich and make it see reason. So, well, we'll see. We'll see. I've been definitely surprised before. If necessary, destroy it. However, obtaining tribute will be rewarded. Report to Goro for your reward. Okay. Goro. Right, okay, so it sounds like getting it to pay tribute is actually an option. Maybe that's an option for all of these, and just not necessarily the easy way, perhaps. But I'll do my best. Tribute Hakai, interesting, okay. Some sort of major demon. The Dragon Melanchion demands that all settle. An infernal lord of the underworld has been sighted in the tunnels to the north. Melanchion fears no demon. The creature must be brought to heal. Melanchion would prefer that this creature lives and gives tribute. If necessary, destroy it. Okay. Tribute Gremlins. A pack of gremlins lives in the tunnels to the south. These beasts of chaos can be tolerated, but only if they give something to make up for their oddness. Melanchion would prefer that those creatures live. Yes. And finally, an eye beast. Oh, no, please. Not Morbo all over again. An eye beast lives in caves to the northeast. It is called Thalon. This creature's insolence must be punished. It pays or it dies. Right. Okay. Obviously we accept all of these. Let's not forget about that. Although I suppose it wouldn't have been that bad. I could have just traveled to all of those places and dealt with them even without the quest, most likely. Okay, anyway, we have not actually been in here. Well, I suppose I just wandered in, not really paying attention to where I was wandering. Okay, that's actually Goro. I see. There's also a way up. What was this called again? This is the Beastmaster Hall. I see. That explains the different beasts here, if you consider it a zombie, a beast. Difficulty 13, which means we're 1 point off. That's too bad. Hello, Goro. This room is for the holding and training of huge wild beasts. They are cared for and broken by a large ogre. She stalks around the room, whip in hand, ready to punish the creatures for the slightest resistance to her will. Okay. She is intelligent for an ogre. When you greet her, she doesn't attack. Is that how you gauge the intelligence of an ogre? She says, "A visitor. Melanchion allows visitors. Welcome to the beast place. Here I break defenders for the master. I am Goro, Beastkeeper. Goro helps to defend the great dragon. He trusts me with things." Good on you. How do you help the dragon? Melanchion is mighty dragon. He works and learns magic to make a great land where monsters like me can live without being scared of humans and Nephil and cliffs. That was quite a mouthful for an ogre. Yeah, for me as well. I watch the guard monsters and the plants, and I deal with outsiders when he can't. You deal with outsiders, like me? Melanchion makes job board outside lair. Visitors can read things and do things for the dragon. When done, they come to me for pay. Right. I can't read the notes, but I can give the rewards. And that's all that counts. Do many creatures help the dragon? Melanchion is great and wise. He doesn't fight creatures. He lets them stay around him and keep him safe, and takes their pay for his protection. The dragon is mighty, but Goro thinks he's not afraid enough of the humans. Why do you say that? Goro says nothing. Goro is just dumb ogre. Pretty smart. Maybe. You train creatures for him? Goro helps him control beasts. They live and fight for us, and don't get killed by people. Melanchion is wise and uses all creatures to keep all creatures safe. Can you really train these creatures like scuttlers? Goro is an ogre. Goro knows how to handle these things. How's that? Goro hits, and hits, and hits, and hits. Its will breaks or it dies. If it dies, it's not a loss. It was just a dumb beast. But if it breaks, we have something we feed and dies for us. Okay? If it works, it works. Do you need any help? Goro looks around to make sure nobody's listening. Then she leans close to you and tries to whisper. Her whisper is still very loud. Melanchion, let's Goro get ogres and such to help her tame monsters. But ogres not tame. They are mad and fight me and don't take orders. You are Empire. You like beating things. I open gate upstairs. You beat ogres. Don't kill, just beat. Then they obey. Okay. Assuming upstairs, yeah, well, obviously, up these stairs, there would have been something locked. That's now unlocked. That's great. You deal with beasts. I'm looking for something called the Black Horror. That's true. Goro shudders. We ogres tell the tale of that ancient horrible creature. When our best warriors want to die stupidly proving they are strong, they take a trip to the arena. They never come back. The horror is old, and in an old arena. That way. She points to the northwest. Calling it is an old ogre secret. Okay, how could I call it? What? You think I would say ancient old ogre secret? She thinks. Well, why not? There is a gong there. Strike it soft 3 times and hard 1 time. Then the horror comes to kill you. Okay, thanks. That was apparently necessary to learn. Glad that we did. Okay, let's see here. I kind of want to call it an episode, but not before we... Yeah, Southern Rooms Fluids. And not before we claim our rewards. Wait. Oh. Wait, what? Hold on. Northern Rooms once. But we were promised... Oh. Oh, wait, what? Apparently this is not what I thought it was. Upper reaches, was it? Well, there's the gate. No, this has to be something else. Maybe it's actually up here. Hold on, then. Okay, this is just the gardening supplies. What's here, then? Oh, hello. Kozelin. This is a shop like many others in the underworld, made of goods purchased from travelers and items scavenged from the shores of the deadly rivers. The difference is the proprietor. She is an old drake who has decided to grow her hoard with commerce, not conquest. When you enter her shop, she says, "Ah, you are safe here by order of the mighty dragon. I cannot devour you. Instead, we trade. I am Kozelin. Come, see my wares." In my experience, most drakes don't run shops. That is true, but it doesn't mean one couldn't, obviously. Once I was a hunter. I fought the humans. I earned a hoard. Then I got old and Melanchion came and made this place. Okay, tell me about Melanchion. We drakes always look jealously up to the great dragons. They are the great powers, and they will always be greater than us. We are jealous, but we are drawn to them. I had to come here to be near him. I will not explain it to you. Okay. Where is your hoard? Asking for a friend. It is hidden where you will never see it. Though I give tribute to Melanchion, my hoard is still great. So it's somewhere around here, I guess. Good to know. Are you from the Drake Pillars? No. Those weak, sniveling creatures. They could not fight a few humans, and then they spread the sounds of their whining all through the frontier. If human explorers tried to take my home, I would fight them to the death, and I would win. Okay. Let's never find out. Can I sell something to you? Well, apparently. There, have those 5 flawed crystals. Let me see your wares. Okay, blessed stuff. Inertial shield. Radiant belt. Blessed longbow. I have to double check, but I'm pretty sure that we have something better. I mean, he does for sure. Anyway, yeah, this is nothing particularly good. Knowledge brews, assault crystals. And the knowledge brews, of course, are expensive, but, you know, are they really that expensive in the grand scheme of things? Everything else is there. Energy elixirs, I guess, are also nice, but also kind of costly. We have plenty. Yeah. Nothing for now, thanks. What is this? Okay. Cannot disarm that. Or this, which makes sense. Oh, that's not her hoard, or is it? Maybe it is, I don't know. Oh, Darkstalker Helft? Helft, Darkstalker. That name seems oddly familiar. Name and title, I guess. Huh. I wonder if we know that person maybe from a past game. Obviously, it wouldn't make any sense for someone we met earlier in this game to be here, of all places. Oh, difficulty 13 again. I mean, it feels silly to just leave a single person here. But then there's also the upstairs, and obviously I'm missing something about those rewards. Never mind, there's this staircase that I just completely forgot about. Also, we need to return to Aethron's Shade. So yeah, okay, we have plenty of things left to do here, actually, and I'm gonna continue my exploration of this place next time, because this is gonna potentially take a while longer. I mean, just this one conversation and obviously all the rest. So yeah, long story short, again, I thank you very much for watching for the time being, as always. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and I shall see you real soon. Bye-bye.